Hey guys, what's up? So today we're talking about this guy, the Shield Arms magazine, and you're like, oh my word, you've made like a bajillion videos and you're just making videos. No, we actually have a slight problem. It's got rust on it, and we're gonna try to take care of that. So let's do it. Okay, so first off, let me say, this is a steel magazine. I don't care if you carry around a piece of steel in your pocket, whatever it is, knife, gun, part, key thing, whatever kind of stuff, whatever, you carry around steel and you use it, right? And it wears, and you wear the finish off of the thing, and you're around environments that are super humid, and you're a sweaty individual, let's just say it that way, or you expose it to salt or whatever, salt water kind of stuff, these are gonna rust. That's not a fault of Shield Arms. I'm gonna say that straight up. I had the same problem whenever I had a Smith & Wesson M&P 9 Shield, right? Same exact thing, except I took that thing into the ocean and swam with it to shoot sharks. But it's a different story, different time. But the point is that I would get rust on those magazines. I've also had my OEM Glock slides, right, with their special coatings and whatnot. So those things will rust too. My sights, my steel sights on my pistols and stuff, those will rust, especially sitting around here. This is so hot and nasty in here. Alabama's humid and stuff's gonna rust. That's why I like to Cerakote most things that I'm gonna use a lot. I'll try to Cerakote it in general, as a general rule. Some I have exceptions to that. But anyway, that's what we're gonna kind of do to this guy. I've got some of this Cerakote Micro Slick. Yes, this stuff right here, Cerakote Micro Slick P-109. This kind you bake. Another kind that they have, you don't bake, you air dry it, but I wanted the kind that you bake so I can just bake it and be done with it. But there's no catalyst involved in this. I've never used Micro Slick, okay? I know I'm kind of jumping around, but I'm gonna come back to this. But I've never used Micro Slick before. I've used Cerakote plenty before, so this would be interesting to see how this works. I've heard you can put it on very thin, and that's what I'm getting around to. I talked to the guys at Shield about this issue, which isn't really an issue, it's something you got to deal with, right? And they are working on their side of the house, trying to come up with some different coatings and stuff, possibly, you know, instead of the coatings that they have on here that would be more resistant to that stuff, I guess. I'm not gonna put words in their mouth, but that's kind of what they told me. And then when I told them that I'm gonna try Micro Slick, they said you might run into a problem. They haven't tried it yet. And I told them I'm gonna try it, but they said you might run into a problem with thickness, right? If you spray it on too thick and you have 4 sides, right, that you spray it on too thick and you basically expand the diameter of the magazine, then when you go to put it in your gun, you might have problems with this sticking. And we've already had some problems with these sticking, but we were able to get around that. So ultimately, we can get around a fatter magazine. We can fix that issue if we run into it, but I'm gonna try to spray it on real thin. So without further ado, sorry that took forever, we're going to strip this guy down. We're going to take all the oils, nasty stuff off it, just like you do any other kind of Cerakote job. You strip it down, you media blast it, and then we're gonna spray it and bake it. I'm not gonna show you the whole process. I'll probably just show you snippets of it here and there, and then we'll show you the final product. But that's an issue people might run into. Steel will rust, okay? So let's try to fix it. Guys, we basically soaked this thing in an acetone alcohol mixture for about an hour or two, something like that. We cleaned it off, clean out the inside, try to get everything cleaned off of it. You can see that rust pretty good on there. You can just feel it. It's got a little grit to it, but we'll get that off. So we're just gonna clean it off one more time with like Simple Green. Heat it up, make sure we get all the oils out of it in the oven, and then we will media blast it and coat it and cook it again. Alrighty, we got it out of the oven. I don't see any big spots of oil, like I'm told I'm supposed to pronounce it, oil. I usually say oil. Anyway, I have some different spots from the rust that I'm taking off and everything from that issue, but I don't see spots of oil. It's still pretty hot. So now we're gonna media blast it, and I'll show you after that. Alrighty guys, sorry but not sorry about the noise because it's 100 million degrees right here, at least it feels like it. And this guy just came out of the oven, very hot, very, very hot. Looks like it coated fine, all right? If this is a regular Cerakote job, maybe I would have coated it a little thicker. Sorry, you couldn't even see it. Maybe I should have coated it a little bit thicker in some areas. But from everything that I've been told and everything that I've read and understand, this is supposed to go on really thin. So I tried to put it on really thin, and I really held myself back from like really overspraying this thing down. So I'm sure it's pretty hot. It's still warm. It's still pretty hot, but I'm gonna touch it anyway. We're just gonna assemble this guy up and just gonna see how it works. I don't know. Micro Slick. Let's take some pictures of it now that I touched it and put my grease on. Those are fingerprints and whatnot. I was stupid and touched it. See, I got my own oil on it. You can see where the rust was. We bee blasted it and got the rust off. It still has the pitting, but pitting's not really that big of a deal to me on this kind of part necessarily, just cosmetic. But we cleaned it out, and now with this Micro Slick, we will see how well it works. Will it actually go back into the gun fine is what I want to know, and how well is it going to hold up with the what you call rust and everything after that. So let's put this thing together real quick, and I'll show you what it looks like, and we'll see if it goes in the gun. Okay guys, here we go. So unload. Here we go. Unloaded gun. This is the 43X. Moment of truth. Micro Slick. Will it even go in? Yep. And it comes out. Oh, dang. Oh, snap. Okay. I'm excited. I'm glad I did that on camera. That works just fine. That works just fine. Okay. I'm gonna grab the 48. Here's the 48. Here's the, here's a standard S15. Fully loaded, okay. Here's the Micro Slick. Sticks a little bit. If you give it a little shake, it'll come out. Yeah, so he might stick a little bit in the 48. And we're gonna already tell where it's wearing, right there. You can see that shiny spot. I don't know if that's through the Micro Slick yet, but we will find out. We're gonna find out one way or the other. And we're just gonna see. Out of the 43X though, which is the primary gun, it works just fine. So we're gonna load this guy up. We're gonna carry it again. We're gonna see if our sweat and nasties get on here, what they actually do to this thing, and yeah, we're just gonna play with it, dude. All right, stay tuned.